In this video we will cover the advanced settings of the Microflex D ultrasonic level transmitter. We recommend all users refer to the Microflex D setup and basic programming video that is linked below. The basic video will be sufficient to cover the majority of applications. This video will help more difficult applications and advanced programming options that may need to be changed depending on the application or some of the problems that you can encounter whilst commissioning or using the device. To look at the advanced menu, we need to go into the main menu. So first of all, we press the Cal button. Main menu has the first setup menu, which we have covered in another video, to set our tank heights and our output. We press the down arrow once to go to the advanced setup. We press the Cal button to go in. First of all, we have our comms options. The Microflex D can be programmed via HART communication, and we use Vision System 2 software to do this. If we press the Cal button, we can see the HART communication settings. So firstly, we would set the device ID. Press the Cal button once, and the device ID for this device is 0. This can be changed anything up from 0 to 15. We're happy with it being device ID 0, so we'll press the Cal button to accept this. Press the down arrow once just to look at the baud rate. Press Cal to enter. Standard HART communication is 1200 baud rate. This is fine for all HART communication devices, very much the standard. Press the Cal button to accept this, and the run key to go back to the advanced menu again. Press the down arrow button once to select blanking. Press the Cal button to go into this. So the blanking as a default value is 220 millimeters. This is the minimum that the instrument can measure from the sensor face. If the instrument is mounted in a standpipe or some mounting that gives us some side echoes or disturbing reflections or echoes at the top end, then this blanking distance can be extended. So if we press the up arrow, we can now increase this value up to, let's say, 300 millimeters. The longer you press the button, the faster the change will be. Press the Cal button to accept this. So now we have changed the blanking to 300 millimeters. This will cover any unwanted echoes at the top end of our measurement. Press the down arrow to look at the tracking options. Press the Cal button to enter this parameter, and we have some options here: slow, medium, fast, and we have also an Insta-Track option. Slow, medium, fast just refers to how fast the level is moving within the tank. This optimizes the way the processor tracks the echo, so it's important to select this value correctly. If the option is selected to be too slow, then you will find that the instrument will not track and will jump from measurement to measurement. If we press the down arrow to go to the Insta-Track option, this opens our measurement window up to full range and gives us very quick reactions, mainly used for demonstrations, not generally used in an application, but certainly is useful for demonstrating the device. Press the up arrow twice here and we'll go back to medium, and press the Cal button to accept this. Press the down arrow once to go to our mapping option, and press the Cal button once. The mapping function enables us to map out unwanted echoes throughout the vessel range. So if the tank has cross bracing inside or has some kind of obstruction that is causing us some issues, the ideal thing to do is to move the transmitter to an area where there is a clean shot to the liquid surface. This may not always be possible, so the mapping can be used. We press the down arrow once to execute a new map. Press the Cal button, and now we select our map distance. This can be anything from our blanking distance all the way up to our empty distance, our tank height of up to 8 meters. We'll set this to do half a meter here, so if we press the up arrow, let the numbers fly all the way up to 500 mil. Once you've selected 500 millimeters, we press the Cal button, press the down arrow once to select yes, and the instrument will begin the mapping of any false echoes that it can see within a half a meter. Once the mapping is completed, we can press the up arrow to check how much map distance we are using. Press the Cal button, and now we are using a map distance of 500 millimeters. You can reduce the map distance used, and this will increase or decrease the amount of map used, but there's only ½ a meter of mapping done on this device. So we're happy with that. We press the cal button once, and then that takes us back to the mapping menu, and the run button will take us back to our advanced menu. If we press the down arrow once, we then go to our echo size parameter. Press the cal button to look at the echo size. So the instrument is looking for an echo size above 0.59 volts. This is the size of echo that must cross a threshold effectively of 0.59 volts to accept as a processable echo. We can effectively adjust this threshold up and down depending on the echo size that we see. If we have a very noisy application with lots of echoes, then we might increase this threshold. If we have a very weak reflection, then we might decrease this value. So we can quickly show you here by pressing the up arrow once to 0.6 volts and press the cal button to accept. This has changed our echo size. Press the down arrow once. Our analog output options, so press the cal button and we can look at the options we have here. So the output can be set from 4 to 20 milliamps or reversed to give us 20 to 4 milliamps. Generally, a transmitter will be left in 4 to 20 milliamp as an option. If we press the down arrow, we have the ability to do 4 milliamp and 20 milliamp trimming. This is to fine-tune any top and bottom ranges into a PLC, something like this. Press the down arrow again, and we also have the ability with this instrument to fix the output to see a certain value, again on a PLC or on a display elsewhere. Press cal, we can then choose this output and it will fix at this until we go back to the run menu. Press the down arrow once more, we can then look at the sensitivity. Press the cal button and the sensitivity is set at 10. If we are not processing an echo or we are seeing that the instrument is unstable, then we can increase or decrease this sensitivity. If we're not seeing a very good echo, then we would increase this sensitivity. So press the up arrow. Press cal to accept this. Now the sensitivity would be at 16. Press the down arrow once more. Now we have the wave boost. Press the cal button to go into the menu here. This adds another step of sensitivity in addition to our last parameter and will boost the gain and the amplification to the echo when needed if the echo becomes weak at any point. We can use the up arrow to adjust this. Only really necessary when the sensitivity has been maxed out at 20. Press cal to accept this. Press the down arrow now to move to our factory reset. Press the cal button once, and we can select yes now to reset the parameters to factory defaults, and press the cal button, and we just get the question, do we really want to carry on with this? So we select yes and press the cal button. So we can see that this is done, and now all of those changes we did make through the advanced setup have returned to default settings. So if we press the run key, now we can jump back to the main menu and run once more, and we see the distance at 900 millimeters, and we're at default setting in distance mode at the moment. One other option we have is to automatically set the 4 and 20 milliamp ranges with a full or empty vessel. Not used very often because it's very difficult to fill and empty a vessel in a short period of time. We'll just demonstrate this by doing the 20 milliamp point with a full vessel. So press the cal button once and press the down arrow to auto set. Press the cal button once to go into auto set, and we have the options there to set our low level or set our high level. Press the down arrow once and we'll set the high level in our device. The instrument is now scanning and has picked out there at 910 millimeters and is just asking us there, is this where we want 20 milliamps 100% to be? So press the down arrow once and press cal. So we're happy with that. And if we emptied the tank and did the same with the low level, we would then have our 4 and 20 milliamps set by physically filling and emptying the vessel. Press the run key to jump back and run once more to look at the display. So we have our 912 millimeters on the display, and this has set our 20 milliamp point. Okay, so that's all of the menus we have within the Microflex D. Any questions, then visit the website or the YouTube channel.